Hey guys, it is October 7th, 2015, Wednesday, Comic Book Day, the comic book day before New York Comic Con 2015. It is like 10 p.m. I've had a pretty long day, and I just started reading the books, got the first chunk of this week's reviews ready to go. Well, I'm doing them right now. I'm going to be 3 videos today, I think, and this might be the longest, might be the second longest, but anyway, as you can tell from the title, starting with the DC books this week, specifically with Midnighter, issue number 5. Now, I did miss last month's issue of this, just completely blanked, just right out of my mind. Couldn't find issue 4 in the store, or I checked like a few stores, actually couldn't find it anywhere. Guessed it was popular and sold out. But yeah, jumping in, and I've seemed to jump in at like pretty much the end of an arc right here, missing a lot of setup to this whole thing, but as far as I can gather, and as you can probably gather from the cover, Midnighter has recruited Dick Grayson in order to help him find the guys that stole the shit from the God Garden, who are in Russia. We find out that they've been using the stuff from the God Garden to make kind of horror movie monsters. It's described in the book as weaponated folklore, which reminded me of weaponized folklore, sorry, which reminded me right of Injection, the Warren Ellis story going on, where the main villain of that is kind of bringing folklore to life and making it fight people or kill people, rather. A lot of this book has Midnighter and Dick Grayson handcuffed to each other, fighting for some reason. Midnighter handcuffs the two together. It's not quite explained why. It's not explained why in like a really fulfilling way, but it doesn't really harm the story. It gives them, the necessary closeness needed to kind of banter with each other, and the banter's great. It's not like as good as the banter in like Grayson usually is, but he definitely has a unique sort of rapport with Midnighter, or Midnighter has a rapport with Grayson. They have rapport with each other, and it's good to see the two work together. Although 5 issues in, and even though I skipped an issue, I am getting a little bored of Midnighter's shtick of his, oh, I know everything that's going to happen before it happens. Especially in this book where they've been thrown through a ceiling and Midnighter's like, oh, just exactly as planned, because it seems a little like Midnighter's like one of those guys who no matter what happens, like, oh yes, exactly according to plan, and he's just like making shit up as he goes along, but he makes people think, oh yes, I planned that, totally planned that. And yeah, it's just getting kind of annoying. Fight scene 2 is a bit more hectic than I remember this book being, a little more all over the place. Yeah, just nothing really jumped out at me that I really see a good reason to keep reading. I mean, I want to keep reading this book because, honestly, like a big reason is I want to support the team. I like that you have a bi creator writing a gay character. I want that to succeed. I want to like that a lot more, just for, really for representation's sake. But in order for me to spend the $3 every month, I want to actually enjoy the book, which makes it kind of hard. That it's not bad. It's just that's it's like a couple hamburgers at McDonald's, or what else? $3 is a pretty good breakfast for me. It's a soda. It's $3 could be a lot of other things than a issue of a comic book that I didn't particularly enjoy, and that's honestly just going to take up room somewhere. But yeah, just again, not bad, not extraordinary, not the sort of thing I really feel committed to purchasing every month, unfortunately. Probably why I forgot to pick up issue number 4. I'm really tired. It's been a really long day, if you can't tell. And I really should be getting sleep because I have a big convention day tomorrow. Anywho, moving on to Green Arrow issue 45. Speaking of Green Arrow, new season started today. I saw the first episode of the new season. Liked it well enough. Pretty good stuff. Got into Arrow like around season 3, just caught up on season 2. I quite like it. It's a good show. I'm quite enjoying it. I also am, I'm also enjoying The Flash. Also CW crosses over with Arrow sometimes. Really, actually, Flash is really fun. I'd recommend you watch Flash if you're into comic books and television, because it's a really fun show. If you're a dog barking in the background, that's not mine. It's just some sort of stranger dog. As I was saying, Green Arrow actually starts with a dog. How great is that? Oliver Queen, a man after my own heart, starts off this comic saying, you can beat up me, you can destroy me, wreck my body, but don't you dare touch my dog. And, like, I fucking love dogs, man. That, Oliver Queen, hero to dogs, hero to me. So that's a great way to start the book, IMHO. But we start where we left off last issue with Oliver and a new hero, Tarantula, being ambushed by this gang called the Skeletons. And the first half of this book, or first act of this book, rather, is a short chase as the Skeletons chase Oliver and Tarantula across the city rooftops into this poor woman's bathroom. Actually, this is pretty cool, the swinging grappling hook, and pretty cool little scene there as they crash into this poor woman's bathroom and disturb her nice relaxing bath. And throughout this whole part, we have Oliver's running narration, and it's pretty dark. Like, not dark as in like, oh my god, I can't believe they went there dark. Dark as in like tonally dark. It gets very melodramatic, actually, especially later on in the book, as Oliver's describing his feelings towards his partner, Tarantula. There's some really bad metaphors, like, this is after the chase, as they're trying to track down the Skeletons, or, actually, what are they doing? Well, not track down the Skeletons so much as find out, what's going on. It gets kind of culty at the end of this book. I'm just going to flip to the end before I talk about the rest, because that's a smart way to do things. They find these weird signs that the Skeletons left. They're collecting totems and leaving their marks in blood, and this is supposed to be Mayan writing, kind of Mayan hieroglyphics that Tarantula knows about. Yeah, they stole this bear skull in a flashback. Anyway, as Oliver and Tarantula are driving, following the trail of the Skeletons, there's some really bad, technically they're similes, but I'm going to say metaphorical writing in this book. So they're talking and they're bantering, whatever, and Oliver thinks in his inner monologue, maybe I'm no hero. Maybe she's got a point. Everything she says is a point. Her tongue like a dagger that won't stop jabbing me. That's just bad. And then there's more, there's this continuing monologue as you have the two driving together. There's something about Catalina. Catalina is Tarantula's name. Some delightful poison I can't antidote except with a cold shower or a punishing run. It's not good writing. It's melodramatic. It's corny. Which is unfortunate because I'm liking the actual story. It's getting this kind of weird, like, kind of True Detective mythological place that I quite enjoy. But those two metaphors really just took me out of the whole thing, made me go, whoa, that's dumb. But yeah, it was more enjoyable than Midnighter. It struck out more to me. Yeah, and that opening page of Green Arrow just saying "Don't touch my dog" really endeared me to it. Really endeared me to the book. So I'm gonna probably continue picking this one up too. What else is going on? That's right. next issue is Action Comics, issue number 45. And I'm really liking this run a lot. I'm really liking this kind of dogged Superman without powers, still doing his darndest to help everyone out. You open here with Superman rescuing people in the middle of a hurricane, natural disaster. Looks like a job for Superman, even in his depowered state where only 23% of the population approves of him, according to this little news caption bubble thing here. But aside from helping out people during hurricanes, Superman has taken a new secret identity as Archie something. What does it say? Archie Clayton is his new secret identity. And he's also gone a bit questioned. He's has the old tack board and string, and he's trying to figure out the big conspiracy behind him losing his powers, his identity being revealed, the Wrath, black goop stuff that attacked Metropolis in the last few issues, as well as Hodor. Hoarder, rather. He's connecting all the dots. His parents' bodies being snatched up by the government. He's attaching all the dots, trying to see where does this all lead? Why is this all happening to him now? And in this kind of obsession, this very Vic Sage as the question-like obsession with conspiracy and the truth, Superman, Clark, Archie, is kind of pushing away his friends. He's already kind of relocated to the middle of Alabama. He's Hero, Toyman, discovers him, and he pushes Hero out of his life before self-destructing his home base and going undercover, again, as kind of Archie, who's assumed this new identity, in order to infiltrate this this weird bio company that he suspects has something to do with all the shit going on around him. And it's very much a Batman story in that way. You have this kind of inner monologue of Clark, of Superman, whatever he's going to call himself now, kind of going over his plan, how he plans to infiltrate this this company, what he's doing with his new identity, how he got, how everything led him to this moment. And it's very Batman. It's very, very Bruce Wayne going undercover in his secret identity, trying to break in somewhere instead of just bust down the walls like Superman, is ought to do usually. And it's an interesting take. You also have a Superman who's a lot angrier, who's more bitter. And so the whole thing reads a lot like Batman. Like just reading this monologue of him breaking into the place. I'll read a few bits of it. Life Gene's a 9-year-old biotech company. Totally legit. Pretty boring. 177 researchers working on a more efficient anti-mold spray. But they've got pretty great employee benefits program, including gym privileges, daily freshly laundered towels. It's a big facility. I make a few more stops, pick up the dirty cafeteria linens, and then at exactly 9:12 a.m. I reach the big door, the door that never opens. Blah, 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 blah. But at 9:13, the guards hit the farthest point in their circuit from the big door, and the electric eye I hacked 13 days ago takes note. Blah, 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 blah. Her official schedule says she was working on a corporate sponsorship program with LifeGene to handle mold issues in Metropolis public housing, but I'm guessing her real work went on behind the big door, and now I'm just going to find out what, and then it kind of cuts out as Clark discovers what's going on. But that whole thing, it reads very much like Batman to me, and I think that's neat, how you have a depowered Superman, still with that innate sense of justice, that drive to want to help people and do good. He is very much Batman now, and that he's powerless. He has to use more stealth and kind of strategy to get into places. And that's a cool look on him. And I wouldn't want Superman being Batman forever, but as long as, Bruce Wayne isn't part of the picture anymore, in the at least half of the DC universe, it's nice to see Superman kind of fill that role and do all that tactical stuff that we're not really seeing anymore. And it's just well written. I can't complain with well written stuff. So there we go with Action Comics. Next up is, speaking of, Batman Detective Comics issue 45, and as you can pretty much tell from the cover, this is the issue where Gordon, as Batman, joins the Justice League. But it actually takes a while for this issue to get there. You begin with this weird murder out in India, where this kind of sentient water seemingly kills all these people and takes out their eyeballs. Really creepy stuff. We then get the League visit Wayne Manor as they try to kind of, confirm, we need Bruce Wayne's help with this. Is there any way we can possibly get that? And Wonder Woman confirms via her lasso that Bruce Wayne is in fact out of commission, that he, as far as the lasso of truth can tell, legitimately no longer remembers his life as Batman, his association with the Justice League, or anything that would be help to the Justice League in this crisis that they've unearthed. So they move on to Gordon, who is unfortunately busy. Oh, this is such a cool sequence. It's very Iron Man, but basically Gordon gets called away to be Batman, and he has the armor fly in, and he just jumps in the armor. It's just a cool sequence. It's lifted right from Iron Man, but it's a cool sequence. But Batman has to deal with some rogue F-15s being controlled by we find out by the Mad Hatter. Luckily, he's not alone. The Justice League ends up intervening, and by the end of the book, Gordon agrees to join the League on their latest mission. This was a fun issue. Not really story-heavy, a lot of kind of build up to what eventually is spoiled on the cover. But it's done very well. You get the Justice League, confirming Bruce Wayne is out. He's taken a few days off, so to speak. And you get that nice kind of moment between Wonder Woman and Bruce and Superman where they're like, oh, Bruce is gone. He's not here anymore. And then you see him the League go recruit Gordon in this very spectacular sort of manner. And I love this panel over here. Each of the Leaguers are taking on a plane. You have Aquaman jumping in from the water. You have Superman wrestling a plane. And then you just have Captain Marvel just getting shot and doing the Superman pose and everything. I just think that's great. Just a great little character beat there of Captain Marvel just not doing anything, just getting shot. I was like, I can take it. Oh boy, what happened here? Sorry, a little pop-up happened on my computer. So yeah, it's a fun book. Just a fun book of the Justice League and Gordon and the two kind of getting acquainted. I quite enjoyed it, and I want to see where this story goes. They're recruiting Gordon pretty much for the same reason they want to recruit Bruce, because they need his detective skills. Gordon was a detective, is a decorated veteran of the police, so they figure, hey, if Bruce is out of the picture and you're Batman now, well, you got to be Batman in the Justice League. So liking where this story is going quite a bit. And one more comic for this part of the video. Another DC book. Another Batman book. Very excited for this one. Batman and Robin Eternal. The kind of sequel series to Batman Eternal last year's kind of big Batman 52-issue maxi story. This one we get Batman and Robin. And let me tell you, just before anything else, the final page to this book is a showstopper. It is a jaw-dropper. The final page alone makes you want to read this book. Opens up this great mystery that hopefully this book is going to spend a lot of time solving, hopefully in a very fulfilling, satisfactory way. More than satisfactory, just very meaty. I'm expecting great things. This was a great first issue, a great tease of what's to come. Just a great dramatic question posed at the end of this book, a huge exclamation point, going like, whoa, pay attention to this. Really, really cool, unexpected out of nowhere stuff, which I like out of these big maxi stories. I want, to see something worthy of that, year-long run on a single arc. But we start off this book not with Batman, in fact, but with the Robins. Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and we start off with like a bit of flashback as Jason Todd is remembering his time as as Dick Grayson rather is remembering his time as Robin, but then cut to the present where Dick Grayson, super spy, is chasing somebody on a motorcycle up the side of a skyscraper. When he gets help by the Red Hood, Jason Todd, the second Robin, and eventually by Red Robin, Tim Drake, the third Robin, and they all team up in order to catch this guy. And it's just really cool seeing all the Robins working together like that, real kind of Bat Family stuff. And I just love that. I love the Robins. I like seeing them all work together because they're all good guys. Like they're all okay. Maybe Jason, excluded, but the other two are like they're like Batman without the baggage. They're Batman, but also legitimately like fun guys. So it's always great to see them in action, and I like seeing them work together. We then cut to a character we haven't seen in a long time, actually, Harper Row, as Harper Row has her first real run-in with Gordon as Batman, and really shows him who's boss. Just completely incapacitates Gordon's suit, like really simply, and says, okay, like I trained with the real Batman a little bit, and you're not the real Batman, and I'm not going to take orders from you because I can incapacitate you in half a second. So, no matter what you want to say to me, I'm not going to listen. I'm going to continue my crusade. We then cut back to Dick Grayson, who's still undercover as a spy, as he is actually ambushed by a bunch of children in his school. He has another flashback to his first case as Robin, or not his first case, but his first supervillain case as Robin, where Batman and he deal with the Scarecrow. And he's basically returning to the scene of the crime, where he is ambushed by these kids with guns who want to shoot him, and he is introduced to a kind of the mysterious villain of this piece called the Orphan, who is the hitman. Let's see if I can get a good panel with him in it. This guy, the Orphan, who is working for the big bad villain, the Mother, who is the whole thing sounds really like Metal Gear to me. The Mother, the Orphan, and they're going after the super spy. It just strikes me very much as Metal Gear. But yeah, that's the big bad. We have a few more character introductions. A returning character, first appearance in the New 52 that I'm sure a lot of people will be excited about. A former Batgirl, wink wink, that just kind of gave it away right there, but that's as far as I'm going to go. Makes her return to the Batman stories. And again, we find out a little bit about Mother. We find out a bit of Batman's past with her, and that last page is just amazing. I don't want to talk about it any more than the fact that it is a game changer. It is just jaw-dropping. Will make you want to read this book and see just what's going on. Yeah, that's, again, just, I'm really excited for Batman and Robin Eternal. Because I like everything they've introduced in this issue. I like the Robins working together. I love Robin action. I like Dick Grayson. I like Jason Todd a little bit less, and I really like Tim Drake. I like seeing Harper Row back and seeing her like being kind of growing into her own very competent crime fighter. I like seeing the characters they brought back, and I want to find out about Mother and Orphan. They just in this kind of the half a story they're in, it's a strong tease. It's these characters who could be anywhere, work with anyone, and even scared Batman to a degree that we're not exactly sure of. But that last page, just wonderful stuff. And that is it for the DC books this week. Thank you for watching. If you're interested in the Marvel stuff, lots of new number ones that came out this week, or a couple indie books, not Marvel, not DC, that I picked up, please watch those videos. They should be up soonish, I guess. I don't know. I haven't read them yet, actually, and then I have to review them and, that whole rigmarole. But also, as I said at the beginning of this video and a couple times throughout, I'm going to be at New York Comic Con tomorrow, or probably today, depending on when this video goes up. I think it's going to be after midnight Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in the area, if you're in New York, if you got tickets to the Comic-Con, I'll be there all 4 days. I'm probably going to be cosplaying, kinda, a little bit, as some sort of Spider-Man thing. But if you like, I won't have a mask really through the whole thing. So if you recognize this at all, like, come say hi, and let's have a conversation face to face if you feel like it. If you don't see this part of me, if you see me from the back, I'll be wearing a jean jacket with a big red spider thing on it. And so if you see that, and you see someone who looks like 5'8" to 5'10", that's probably me. So again, come say hi, and if it's not me, well, hopefully you make a friend. But yes, as I said, that is it for the DC books this week. Other reviews coming later. Thank you for watching. I hope you check in those other books. Sorry, I'm tired. I hope you check out those other reviews if you feel like it, but if not, again, thanks for watching. I've said that like 4 times right now. If you like this video, please rate it, subscribe, leave comments and everything down below. If you're around, I hope to see you at Comic-Con, and I hope you'll join me next week, either way, for some more comic book reviews.